Well, for more on the reaction from Mexico, let's cross live now to France 24's Ioan Grillo. Ioan, good to have you with us this evening. We heard from the Mexican president there. You should have more and we should have more detail on what exactly Mexico will do next at the weekend. But what, largely speaking, are people expecting? How far is all of this going to go?
Well, it's interesting how she delayed announcing the tariffs until Sunday. So this does seem to give a slight breathing room if between now and Sunday they can come to a deal with the United States and avoid these tariffs. Now, Mexico is actually the biggest trading partner with the US, bigger than Canada and bigger than China. It's about more than $500 trillion worth of Mexican goods and services go to the United States, 80 to 90% of Mexico's exports. And it's already said this will put the Mexican economy into a recession, drive the peso up. So a lot of panic here, a lot of shock here. Also, this has come after, supposedly the tariffs were in response to the trafficking of fentanyl through Mexico and undocumented migrants going through Mexico. And Mexico has been making a big effort to crack down and deliver for Trump on this. It has been it handed over 29 top cartel figures last Thursday. It's making big busts. And the level of undocumented migrants is, in fact, down to the lowest in 25 years. So, I think really the Mexican government are trying to analyze and understand, does Trump really want security measures, or does he simply want to put tariffs on whatever happens? And then between now and Sunday, we'll see how much it's really a kind of rallying cry to defend Mexico against the United States. There's also threats of military action against cartels here, or some kind of more negotiation that she's still looking for.
And Ioan, survey suggests the Mexican president's approval rate has soared really since all of this began, since the trade spat erupted with Donald Trump. But it's obviously very difficult for businesses there and for consumers who don't actually know what really to expect.
Yeah, absolutely. Claudia Sheinbaum, who came in on the 1st of October, and some were concerned she'd be very much a puppet of the previous president, Andres Manuel López Obrador. So far, the previous president has been completely absent from public life, and she's looked very professional in her speeches. She's got the populist tone of the previous president, but also she kind of reaches across more the aisle. So yeah, 85% approval and doing very well. And she seems to be handling this well. But at the same time, if you handle a president which wants to insist on putting 25% tariffs on your goods, also is threatening military strikes in your country. And whatever you do to try and placate it seems to be wanting to go ahead with this. So she's in a very, very difficult situation.
And how have ordinary Mexicans been preparing, do you think?
I think there's a certain level of shock and a certain level of seeing this right now at a policy level. It'll be different when it starts to hit people really in terms of prices in the supermarket and so forth. But some of the people I have talked to are quite angry about this and quite angry towards Americans. And also there are a lot of Americans, a huge amount of Americans living in Mexico, and people are kind of taking, their anger at least verbally towards them. So we'll have to see how things, develop, and this could get quite tense between the two countries.
Ioan, we leave it there for now. Thanks so much for joining us with that old reaction there from Mexico. That is France 24's Ioan.